Hello my dear friends, welcome to this video. This is Afsana Mimi from AIM English and Self. Today we will learn the 20 best ways to replace the phrase I think. This video will be super realistic and fun for you since I will explain all of this with pictures and TV shows. But before diving in, first you should know why you should even bother to replace the phrase I think. Here are top 3 reasons. First of all, it sounds less confident, repetitive, and monotonous for your listeners. Secondly, in many situations, it may not precisely express your emotion at all. Thirdly, for academic tests like TOEFL or IELTS, if you use I think phrase, then the examiners might think your vocabulary range is very limited and they may even reduce your marks. So don't take that risk. So for all of these reasons, it's worth to learn the best ways to replace I think. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The first alternative is using I believe. It's basically an informal phrase, means you can use it with friends, family, and it can also be used for formal speaking like workplace conference, but should be avoided for academic writing like IELTS and TOEFL. When you use I believe, it shows you truly know what you are saying and you are very strong in your opinion. For example, I believe Janet can handle the project alone. So you see, it's much stronger than saying I think. Let's look at this example.
I believe that activism starts as a whisper in our soul, a voice way down deep inside, almost like intuition.
The next 3 alternatives are I guess, I suppose, and I assume. These 3 are informal phrases, but they can also be used for formal speaking, but again, should be avoided for academic writing. So, when to use these phrases? Simply when you are not sure and you are just roughly guessing or predicting. So you might say, I guess they have already reached to the hotel. Means you are not sure. Let's watch this example.
Let's suppose Fred and Ginger retire this year, and 10 years from now they need a new car. Let's suppose Fred and Ginger retire this year, and 10 years from now they need a new car.
Moving on, the 5th and 6th best ways to replace I think. These are I imagine and I reckon. Both of these phrases are used when you are unsure about anything, mostly about future outcome, but you are predicting that possibly happen. For example, I imagine my city would be more attractive in the future. Here, it shows my city possibly will be more attractive in the future. I'm not too strong in my opinion, but yeah, it's likely to be true. Now listen how she used this phrase.
I reckon there's only one force on this entire planet stronger, and that is love. I reckon there's only one force on this entire planet stronger, and that is love.
The next 3 options to replace I think are I feel like, it seems to me, and personal speaking. All these 3 are informal phrases, and they are less common for formal speaking, and a definite no for academic writing. These phrases are used when you don't know whether it's true or not. It might be untrue for others, but your gut feeling is saying or suggesting that's true. For example, if you say, it seems to me that his father cares him a lot, means you're not really sure whether his father cares him a lot, but it just appealed to you or you just feel it so. Means that's your standpoint or according to your opinion. And these 3 phrases are really fantastic ways to avoid arguments as well. Because when you say, I feel like it should be done otherwise, or it seems to me that it looks even better with this approach, this sounds you are not offending anyone. You are just giving your point, and even if others disagree, that's okay. Let's watch how the experts are using these phrases.
I feel like personally speaking, I rather write with a nicer pen. I feel like personally speaking, I rather write with a nicer pen.
And it seems to me that there is one community that can do that. And it seems to me that there is one community that can do that.
Alright, the next two phrases are I'd say and to my mind. Both of these are semi-formal phrases, means they can be used for both formal and informal situations, but they are not preferable for academic writing. You can use these two phrases when you disagree with someone's opinion, but you are not 100% sure on your point either. Like the previous three options, these are much politer, softer, and semi-formal ways to give your different opinion without offending others. For example, many think success is about luck, but to my mind, success is a mindset. Let's notice how the professionals use these phrases.
I'd say we're navigating it now.
These are all useful suggestions, but to my mind, none of them explain both the map and the calendar. These are all useful suggestions, but to my mind, none of them explain both the map and the calendar.
Moving on to the next two ways to replace I think, which are from my perspective and from my viewpoint. Both of their meaning and uses are exactly the same. Both of them are semi-formal, means can be used for both formal and informal situations, but not preferable for academic writing. For example, from my viewpoint, teamwork is useful if the task needs diversity. Let's watch the example.
From my perspective, that the web as a platform for openness and creativity. From my perspective, that the web as a platform for openness and creativity.
Moving on to the next three alternatives, which are I honestly believe, I wholeheartedly believe, and I firmly believe. Again, all of their uses and meaning are exactly the same. And these are semi-formal phrases, means can be used for both formal and informal situations. And sometimes they can also be used for academic writing, but they are not the preferable options. For example, I firmly believe Apple is the best company for gadgets. Watch the clips now.
I honestly believe that ESPN is the most valuable cable franchise in the world.
At the same time, though, I honestly believe that it is the best economic news on the planet.
I wholeheartedly believe with more love.
Okay, the next two phrases are as far as I'm aware and as far as I'm concerned. These two are basically formal phrases, and they're very useful for academic writing. You can use these two phrases interchangeably, means these two are pretty much similar. You can use these phrases when you are not 100% sure about it or the statistics, but so far you know, or it's true as per your knowledge. For example, if I say, as far as I'm aware, Ronaldo has been to Denmark twice. Means I'm not giving guarantee how many times Ronaldo visited Denmark, but as per my best knowledge, he visited Denmark twice. Now watch it to understand better.
And as far as I'm aware, we're the first agency that is tackling this niche.
As far as I'm concerned, the only perfect thing in existence is the current moment.
Finally, the last two great phrases to replace I think are if I remember rightly and off the top of my head. Both of their meaning and uses are almost same, and they are informal phrases, therefore should be avoided for academic writing. They mean if you're not wrong, or as per your best knowledge, or as far as you can remember. For example, excuse me, if I remember rightly, you are John, aren't you? Off the top of my head, this is the nearest road to the Eiffel Tower. Now watch how the professionals are using these phrases in conversation.
This is just an example, just off the top of my head since you asked. And I met this girl in the gym, really nice girl. This is just an example, just off the top of my head since you asked. And I met this girl in the gym, really nice girl.
And I'm not entirely sure, but if I remember rightly, open source projects can use even the paid version for free. And I'm not entirely sure, but if I remember rightly, open source projects can use even the paid version for free.
Alright my friends, that's the end for today's video. Before wrapping up, my question to you, which phrase do you find the best way to replace I think? Leave a comment below and I'll be sure to follow you up. If you found this video useful, then go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, bye!